You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Penny Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Castle After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Castle After Show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another AFTERBUZZ special Castle episode this evening. We're not reviewing an episode for you, but we will be talking to a special guest, so get excited. I'm your host, Paige Sullivan, joined by Tiona, Hobson, and on the phone, we have Penny Johnson Jerald. Thanks for joining us.
Well, you are welcome there, darling.
How are you? I understand you're in your car, so thank you so much for taking the time.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Definitely.
So we're very excited to talk to you. We love your character here at AFTERBUZZ. We're a big fan of Gates. So when you originally got this role, did you connect a lot with your character?
Well, you know, for some reason, at this point in life, people just find me a real bossy person. So the answer is, I guess, yes.
Yes, Gates tends to be kind of bossy.
And stern because I'm a mother, and boy, was that a hard one.
And I feel like you are the mother of the precinct. Esposito and Ryan, and Castle especially, need to be put in their place now and again.
You know what? I think that's a good analogy. The mother of the precinct, I've always felt that way, and I'm certainly glad that it's becoming that way, you know, that she's opening up and becoming a really well-rounded character. So I'm excited about Gates.
Yeah, and speaking of her opening up more, you know, we have her and Castle have been through a lot throughout, you know, your seasons on the show. Now that he's engaged to Beckett, how do you think that will affect their relationship?
Well, I think that secretly on the surface that it's not really going to affect, you know, because, and I don't want it to, because I love those little nuances when he gets on her nerves a bit. I mean, I don't know if you know what that expression is, but my mother used to use it all the time when she's reprimanding us as children. Oh my gosh, you're getting on my nerves.
Oh, yeah.
And, so I like that quality, but I do enjoy the fact that she's respecting his position more, and that they're finding the value in understanding one another.
I agree. You can definitely tell their relationship has developed over the seasons that we've had them working together, and it's nice to see that she's opening up a bit more, and she doesn't dislike him as much as it first may have seemed when Gates came on the scene. But your character has really developed. When she first came on the show, as fans, you know, we're sad that the previous captain has passed away and we have this new person stepping in. Was that difficult, you know, trying to be that character that people might not necessarily like from the get-go?
Well, actually, I don't think people liked her from the get-go, honestly, at all. And I think a big part of that was because the Montgomery character was really well-loved and respected. So when Penny, I'm speaking of the third person, when Penny came on the show, you know, I really had to make a decision that I was not filling in anybody's shoes because, you know, I've said this over and over, Ruben is really a class act, and he's one of our really fine actors. So I could never see it as filling in his shoes, but that I was filling in a position and that I would bring something that's different. And I'm so glad that they're writing her something different than the Montgomery character, because then you would constantly compare. Just recently, I think it was last week, one of my fans tweeted me and said, now Gates has been in as many episodes as Montgomery. So, we have an even Steven here. So that was kind of refreshing to hear. I was never counting to see how many, he was in as opposed to how many I was in. But it's kind of refreshing to know that, okay, now I really have earned a place at the precinct and in the eyes of the fans to just be my own person.
Yeah, and you know, coming into a show the way you did, you know, had already been successful for a while, and then your character comes in, joining a cast and ensemble of this size and of this caliber. Is that intimidating to come in as the new girl on set?
No, and the reason I say no is for two reasons. First, because of the fact that I've been doing this so long, I felt like I was the older woman coming in instead of a kid, the new kid on the block. And so, I didn't know really of these fine actors. I didn't know of their resumes or their life before Castle. So, you know, to me, I was just entering a company that we were all new because they were new to me, you know, and I was new to them. But breaking the ice was important, and I didn't have to break the ice because this company of actors, they are notorious for doing that, whether it's a prank or a warm smile or a hug, you know, and I was really warmly accepted into the fold.
We've heard great things about the cast, and we've had, you know, guest stars come in and talk with us here on our after show, and they say the same thing. Everybody is so very welcoming and friendly, and then that's an easy environment. What is a typical day like? Do you get to interact with people a lot? Because you're mostly in the precinct for your scenes, so I assume it's a lot of Esposito and Ryan that you get to work with.
Yes, but let me just comment on what you were saying that the guest stars say that they rumor how welcome, you know, warm and all that we are. I mean, it's the truth be told. Wouldn't you be so happy if you had to go to work on Castle every day and receive a paycheck doing something that you absolutely love? I mean, there's no other way to act. There's no choice but to be happy and grateful for that. But I do get to interact with the guest stars in that, whether it's in the makeup and hair trailer or if I'm on the set and they're coming in or you know, or I'm going out or whatever, I make it a point because our guest stars are absolutely fabulous. They it's funny, I was thinking of this morning. Most of our guest stars never break character. They're that good. I mean, in tonight's episode, you'll see how great they are. And the rest of us, on the other hand, you know, we can crack up and then, we're in it because we've been playing these characters for so long. So I'm really grateful and appreciative of the guest stars that we have on the show.
They are great.
They are amazing. And I heard you mention something about some pranks that happen on set to kind of welcome people sometimes. Can you share maybe your favorite prank that you've seen played on set?
Well, I remember when I first came on the show, I had suffered a concussion, so I couldn't remember some of my lines. And so, you know, I was trying to get the vertigo gone and trying to get the memory intact. And I remember just going up on a line, and there was absolute silence. And I was thinking, oh, my gosh, they don't do this on this show. Okay, that's all right. People do forget their lines. And they just stared at me straight face. And Nathan just looked at me and says, you didn't learn your lines? And I'm thinking, oh, my gosh, this is horrible. And then he breaks out in his smile and goes, well, that happens all the time to us. So, you know, it made me feel really comfortable, and everybody was in my corner on that one.
That's nice. That's so nice to hear, though. I really love talking to a cast and really learning about you guys and knowing that you appreciate your show just as much as we appreciate your show, because I feel like we can feel the love that you guys produce every week on this show.
Well, you know, that's absolutely true. If we didn't get along and have so much fun on the show, I think it would translate and transfer into our work, and I don't think Castle would still be on.
Right.
So I'm so happy. I mean, I've been on some shows where we go, okay, this might just be our last season. But I don't feel that way with Castle. I think we could go on forever. I'm with Andrew. I can do this for at least 10 more years.
Well, we hope that you do. And your character, I feel like these characters, they take some time to develop and to delve deeper into who they are. With Ryan or Esposito or Alexis, are we going to get more of a personal look at Gates anytime soon, whether it's her family or her relationship or just something outside of the precinct?
You know, I have just been waiting for us to see her home, her children, her husband, or something. And the episode that episode 10, 610, that we're about to shoot, I was just reading the most delicious dialogue where I think you will really get some insight on her. If you haven't gotten the fact that she's a team player, I think you will have no question after this particular episode.
Oh, I'm excited for that. We have to wait a couple episodes, but now you've got me really excited.
I wish it was airing tonight.
I know. But we unfortunately haven't.
I'm loving it.
We haven't had the chance to watch tonight's episode. Is there anything you can give us, any sneak peeks, any little extra juicy stuff?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Let me tell you, I just tweeted it yesterday because I watched it early because I knew it was going, to the screening. And I have to tell you, when I am sitting there and I am watching Ryan and Esposito, they got this bromance win, hands down. I mean, I looked at my husband. I went, they got it. They really do. They are so good together. The chemistry, what they go through in this particular episode is it's so rewarding. To me, at least at the end. And I actually like Gates, too. My husband gave me the thumbs up on Gates when, he stood up and kind of kissed the screen. So I thought, okay, I must be happening tonight, too. And there is the most adorable scene. And when I say adorable, being married for like 30 years, if I can see something so sweet in a relationship, I got to call it what it is.
Oh.
But the casket chemistry tonight is hot.
Ooh.
Oh, looking forward to seeing that in a couple hours.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
That is exciting.
Oh, yeah.
So we're looking forward to see your character tonight. But for this season, is there any predictions you have or hopes and dreams for your character that may happen either after the hiatus or before? But what do you want most for Gates?
Well, I really want to see her home life. I would like to see how the precinct affects what's happening there, and maybe some conflict that brings it back to the precinct, and having the help of this wonderful group of people to solve whatever that conflict is, which would bring us closer. Instead of just making it this one little happy family. I don't like to tie things up in a bow. I like to have the contention going. And so that you can see the real reason where, it becomes a no-brainer that, this has to happen. It has to evolve into this. And so that's what I'm looking forward to. I have to tell you, I haven't a clue as to what the stories might be because my wonderful executive creator, Andrew Marlowe, does not tell us those things. And I think that's a good thing because I like to pick up a script and be surprised just like you when you see it.
That's awesome. I have one question that's kind of off the castle topic, but I did hear that you worked in a circus when you were younger and that you were a fire eater. How does one?
Yes, and a mime.
And a mime. How do you train to be a fire eater? Like, did you just wake up one day and you're like, hey, I'm gonna
eat fire?
Like, how does that come about?
No. Actually, I was very young. I was a teen, and it started out as an art circus, the theater project in Maryland, and we would pitch up tents in all the different neighborhoods of the tri-state area, Virginia, Pennsylvania, and pockets of Baltimore. And we would come with pots, pans, anything that could create a musical sound and get the neighborhood excited about the circus in town for a week. for them, and that's how I started. So we had different companies, and so as we worked our way up, there was a young couple who came in, and they were fire eaters, and you're looking at this like, wait a minute, they're not going to be with the circus forever. Teach some of us that thing. And so some of us were selected, and I was one, and it was as I would like to say, a short-lived, my husband would say a short-lived experience when I burned the inside of my mouth by not properly coating. But it was a fabulous time while it lasted, and and I learned to be funny and have fun and bring a lot of joy to people who wouldn't ordinarily be able to go to a circus because we came to them.
That is really nice. That's such a nice kind of background. I feel like you have a very diverse background. You know, you've worked in theater arts, and you have, is it a company with your husband that you also do recording or have a recording studio? Where can people who love your character find you outside of Castle?
Oh my gosh! Well, they can go to our website, which is BehindTheWorldProductions.net.
Mm-hmm. And
my husband's right next to me, so I'm never going to say that right. Is that right, Tina?
Behind the World.
Oh, it's BehindTheWorld.net. Sorry.
So funny.
I get corrected. You know, when I get corrected, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because usually I'm just right.
All right, so everybody go check that out, though.
In that, and also my husband and I, we have a farm in Virginia, and so we are working on renovating that farm so that we can bring young talent into a camp-style environment so that they're working on their chops for longer periods of time, like staying overnight, working on scripts, working on music, and so it's kind of like a theater camp. Wow. And so I think hopefully we'll be able to open doors this coming June. If not, it will be 2015.
Very exciting.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Very exciting news. You have a lot going on. You're extremely busy.
No, it's called I've been doing this thing for a long time, and I got to make sure I get it all in.
Well, I think you're doing a pretty good job of it.
Doing a great job so far.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening and taking the time to call us before your screening.
Okay, well, I'm excited. I'm here at my screening. We're just going to find our parking. And listen, when you watch the show tonight, you stop me when I'm wrong. It is fabulous. It is so exciting, especially the beginning. By the way, oh my gosh, I have to tell you this. Oh, I sound like I was from the valley, didn't I? When I got there? Oh my gosh.
It's okay. I sound like that all the time.
Oh, okay, great. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, oh, did my husband turn on a movie? Because is this? Oh my gosh, this is the show that I'm on. It is so exciting in the beginning. It really grabs you immediately. You're going to love it.
So excited.
I have nothing else to say, but you're going to love it.
Oh, well, we are excited. Thank you again for joining us. Also, really quick, do you have a Twitter or anywhere people can tweet at you tonight or about the episode especially?
Absolutely. I am BTWProd at Twitter, I guess, .com. And also, let me just say this before, because I would be remiss if not. I also have a program that I give for free, and get it while it's free right now. And we deal with an overall international health issues. And so people come and they do my workouts, and we work out together, all of us. And so they can find that on my Facebook, which is www.facebook.com/PJJS 50-day workout challenge. So join us. We are on our 8th week of this particular workout, and it's never too late. My goal in life is to make sure that I touch many, many lives so that people can be the best that they can be where they are.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, you're already doing that.
You are. Thank you so much again. Everybody, make sure you check out Penny's Twitter, her Facebook, if you want to get involved with her workshops, and you can also find her at her website. So thank you again for joining us, and we are looking very forward to seeing tonight's episode.
All righty. You have a great evening.
Thank you. You too. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I'm Paige Sullivan, and we will be back later tonight for our wrap-up show. But you can tweet us prior to that if you want to talk about this interview at Paige Sull.
And I'm at the Tiona Hobson.
And make sure you guys tune in later tonight. Thanks for watching.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.